G'day guys and welcome to On Empire. This time I finally fixed my 1970 VG Valiant Hardtop. What the f? Oh, just get out of it, you sicko. Fucking useless at recording myself.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Done. It's so much quicker just getting it done, hey?
Yeah. Exactly, and then talking about it after.
Yeah, but then...
Go on, I just did this.
Yeah, people are like,
Just flog that
Yeah,
straight
just flog
from
that.
there. Yeah.
Got Charlie here on the camera because I forgot to record myself again, but basically I couldn't be bothered throwing a kit through this before the weekend, and I really want to get to the show on Saturday. So Thunderbird
It's going to cop it.
Thunderbird doesn't need carbies right now.
Yeah.
So this is what this gets, and then we're one step closer.
We borrowed some wheels off Jake from the van.
Oh yeah, we've hot rodded that.
Hot rodding that. They're okay. It just needs to be a little bit lower. Looks like a wheelbarrow. Dogs won't f***ing leave each other alone. Can't swear either, so
Yeah.
you're going to have to beat that out. You reckon it'll just start up straight away?
Fine idle, and then the diff coming in there feels the perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't argue with that. Obviously it's running out of fuel right now, but that's pretty good.
Sitting for a year.
Just sitting for a year. That is pretty good. I wish I painted this engine with 2-pack after seeing how shit it looks now. And now,
There we go. Perfect.
sweet, now this is diff.
Well, you did right, I'll have a look at the diff. Anyway, you just got it started.
We'll address the diff in a minute. But
Yeah.
Then we're going to probably address the
Pure pet.
We're going to stop that turn off.
Oh,
Just say turn off.
perfect.
Okay, so now I got the thing running, even though I didn't plan on doing that today. That's one thing done. I am going to pull the back cover off this diff and find out what's broken. I'm going to hope that it's some spider gears or something, but basically going to address why it's broken and then work out how to fix it. So let's get this cover off and do a bit of an inspection. All right, so the diff doesn't look bad, which leads me to believe there's another problem. I'm going to pull this wheel off and see what the axle looks like. What? Alright, this axle's good. Damn it. Alright, I'm not going to lie, I don't know much about these Mopar centers. This is a Borg Warner. I think they're like a 25, maybe even a 23 spline axle. They're dinky toys. They're baby. That's a 6-cylinder diff, but from what I believe in Australia, I don't think they had a V8 diff. But nonetheless, that axle's fine, and from the rear, the diff looks fine. You can't actually see into the spider gears and all that sort of stuff. It's like fully enclosed, and so maybe, yeah, it's still broken inside, but I can't see it, so I don't think I'm going to be able to fix this without pulling the center out. Let me reassess. I'm going to reassess what to do with this. I'm going to work it out over the next day or two, and I will be back with an answer, hopefully. Wish me luck. Sorry guys, let me interrupt real quick while I got your attention. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It costs you nothing, but it will notify you every time I upload a new video so you don't miss any of the current and future projects. I can keep watching now. All right guys, so I have returned with answers. All right, so thanks to George, a mate of mine who is right into his Mopars. He's probably watching this right now and drinking a Greek style iced coffee. He gave me some tips on what to do here. He said that the center that I have in this car is of the stronger option. There was a couple of different diffs that come in this one, and it's a 25 spline axle. And I was basically toying up what to do in the way of repairing it, whether to put another diff in it, a complete housing, weld this one up, or whatever. But basically, after chatting with George, the easiest option, I think, and the cheapest way out of it is this. So we've got a mini spool. These things are obviously completely lock out your diff, gets rid of all the spider gears, and which is what I'm going to say is broken inside, seeing as the axle's fine. Haven't pulled this axle out now, but I can already feel that this one is all right, so I'll pull that out now. Then we're going to pull out the diff center and break it down. George has given me a quick rundown on how to do that, so hopefully it's not too tricky. I want to get this thing in the car, so at least this thing is a drivable option. I want to get this thing on the road so I can enjoy it for a little while, and then down the track we're going to look at doing a diff upgrade. So let's start pulling stuff out. All right guys, so I have the axle out now. I didn't actually need to pull it right out of the car, but I thought I'd show you guys while we're here, this axle here, not that you can actually see, but if I do my best to show you up close of this axle, you'll see I've actually modified it to take a late stud pattern. Valiant up to VG is a small stud pattern, and then Valiant from VH onwards is the same as forward stud pattern. And obviously the option for wheels is way greater with a forward stud pattern. So I utilized these axles. It was the cheapest and quickest option at the time. So basically it meant knocking my studs out, welding up all the holes, linishing them up nice and smooth, and then moving around a little bit and re-drilling them with the correct stud pattern. I had a jig that I borrowed from a machine shop. They were kind enough to lend it to me. I drilled those out, and so yeah, that way the rear was sorted. And the front, I scored a pair of rotors from my mate Chris, which were from a VH Ranger. And this is already a disc brake car, so it was literally pull my discs off, get those discs, repack the bearings, put them on, and front was sorted. So that is the quickest and cheapest way to convert a Valiant to late stud pattern. All right, so as suspected, gears in here smashed. The pin in the center looks like it should be okay, which I need to run the spool. So I'm going to clean this all up, dismantle it all, make sure that nothing is damaged in the case and everything, and which looks like there is a little bit. We'll work that out. We'll have a look once it's all cleaned up, and then start looking at reassembly. Fingers crossed we can get this thing working. The good news is that I finally got it all apart as I wiggled this pin out. The bad news is it's in two pieces. Fail. That sucks. So basically that means that I cannot, there's the rest of it. I can't put my spool in without a pin. That sucks bad. I'm not too stressed because I do have another ball warner sitting over there in the paddock that come out of my XE Falcon. Being a ball warner, maybe the same center. Don't know. But bottom line is, I'm going to pull that thing out and see if I can utilize some parts, because I really want this thing driving. And now that I'm getting stuck into it, I don't want to stop until it's done. So we're going to go parts picking in the paddock, see if I can rip out some bits to get this thing complete. All right, we're out here in the Field of Dreams. I've luckily got this diff over here. It was pretty knackered, but the pinion should be all right. This came out of my XE. I swapped it out for a LSD that came out of an E-Series with a 345 gears and disc brake. Done the conversion, pretty easy conversion on that model. But being a ball warner, the pin may be the same. So I'm going to pull the backing plate off of this, see if I can pull the center out here, so I have to drag the thing over there, and see if we can get this thing sorted. If not, I'll be making a few phone calls. So this is why I pulled it out of the car. Super slop. Hope that doesn't mean broken pin. I don't know, but I'm going to try now. Oh man, I didn't feel like doing this today. I haven't got an awesome feeling about this. There's some stuff going on in here. There's some things that I don't think I want to know. All right, that's a fail. I spent 45 minutes getting this out, which is longer than it should have taken, to find that this has also got a broken pin. And that's why it had so much slack in it. I was driving around with this thing with a broken pin for ages too. That sucks. All right, back to the shops. For sake. All right, guys. So I got this center out. I thought that I would try and modify it. I haven't seen anyone else do this. I haven't found any information on it. Not to say it hasn't been done, but I just couldn't find anything on it. But basically, this is a it's only got a single pin holding the whole assembly together. And your more stronger diffs that are on the market have what they call 4-pin. Well, it's actually 2, but basically one that way across, and it holds all the spider gears in place, and it's obviously stronger. So the whole diff is relying on one single pin in this case. So I've decided that what I'm going to do is, seeing as this is an enclosed casing, which is a lot stronger, it's got no windows, the casting should be strong enough to handle what I want to do. I've made a template with tape, which is not the most accurate thing, but it's the best I could come up with. I've taken a measurement of where the pins are, as in the holes, and then I've gone around and I'm going to put a set of pins opposing. So I'm going to drill this out to take a second set of pins, and I'm going to use the broken whip pin, cut it in half, slip it in either side after the big pin's gone through. Basically, I'm going to utilize all 4 holes on the mini spool and try and strengthen this diff up fine. By the time I slip on the crown wheel holds it all in place. It should beef it up a little bit and at least last until I get a proper diff for this thing. But you'll see now there's 4 holes. Because this is a casting that's enclosed fully, it should be plenty strong enough. And I've now cut the old pin, what was left of the old pin, in half. So I've got 2 halves there. The main pin's going to go in first. The 2 halves are going to knock in after. And then the crown will lock it all in place. So we'll give this a test now. Fingers crossed this all comes together. Got it all in there. You can see now the mini spool is now in place, and you'll see around the outside there is 4 anchor points. The main pin obviously can't come out. It's got a roll pin that holds that in place, but also the crown wheel goes here. So none of these pins can come out, and they can't come out that way. So that's good. I'm happy with that. I'm stoked. So that's now all locked up. I just got to piece it back together, put the crown wheel on. That's all going to happen when I get back up the block, because I had to come down to get more pins. So yeah, that's my version of beefing up this old skinny little Valiant diff. Hopefully we get some skids out of it. So next time you see, we'll be up the block, hopefully putting it in. Okay, a couple of days later, back up the shed now, and I have the center all assembled, as you would have seen. And now I have to just put the crown wheel on and hope that I can get it on there. I'm going to heat this up with this torch. Hopefully that's enough heat. And hopefully I don't have to freeze this to make it all fit together, because I don't want this to turn into a headache. But we'll get heating. Fingers crossed. Bam! Look how much easier that is. It's actually spinning in there. That's what we like. It's working. All right, so far the diff hasn't made any noise, and that's what I was worrying about. I've only done about 50 in it, but it's been fine, so. All right, this is my first turnaround on bitumen. bit sucky, but hey, it's a driver, and that's the most important bit. Yow, it's back. All right, maiden voyage, complete success. Absolutely freaking stoked. All right, so I am stoked on the VG. It's finally running, finally drivable again. I literally just sat there for the last half an hour looking at it. So stoked. But that's going to be it for anything mechanical on this thing for now. I'm going to load up on the trailer and get it down to the Spring Meets car show that we're putting on Saturday night. That will have been by the time you see this episode. But yeah, cheering. So stoked. Dang. Too low. Actually, way too low. All right, that is a wrap this week on the Iron Empire, guys. Thank you so much for coming back and checking out the Valiant VG Hardtop build. After the recording of this video, I took the car down to our event, Spring Meets, which is now, 2 weeks ago. So it has come along quick. So if you haven't already, stick around and watch the video of how that event went down. We were stoked with the outcome, and it was the first car show that this has been in for over 2 years. So if you haven't already, please like the video, leave us a comment, let us know what you think of the Valiant, subscribe to the channel. Also, please don't forget to check out the online store. We have new merch. There's Falcon Trilogy packs and t-shirts. And also, who's keen on some Valiant Hardtop merch? If you have some interest in that, please let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I will see you all on an upcoming episode of the Iron Empire. Cheers, guys.